It does not matter where anyone comes from. We need to respect each other and support each other because we are one. We all are human beings. As South Sudanese, we deserve to coexist peacefully, tolerate one another, reconcile all our differences, and live peacefully. This is a message of tolerance and peaceful coexistence brought to you by iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
Welcome to the Sundown Show. On this show, we bring you the movers and shakers of South Sudan and the world over. We engage in debates and discussions that unearth the stories behind the news. And we have our light moments too by chit-chatting about issues that affect our day-to-day life. We stay right here on the Sundown. Join in and be part of the show on iRadio, your eye on South Sudan. The Sundown, for the news, views, opinion, debates and discussions. Listen to who is who talking about issues that affect our country and continent. Only on the Sundown, your eye on South Sudan.
Hello and welcome to the Sundown Show now radio with me, Madrama James. Today is Monday, the 21st of July 2025. The program comes to you Monday to Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. for comprehensive look at the daily events, the latest information, in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, and exciting surprises. To be part of the show, call us on 0911-022-986 and 986. If you can't access the radio, we are also on that Facebook, X, to YouTube, and more. You can also stream this broadcast live by logging to that our website at www.iradio.org. Coming up. The Secretary General of the National Examination Council, Simon Nyok, announced that the marking process has been completed and the results are expected to be released towards the end of July.
I'm happy that we have been able to achieve the milestone that we have achieved and that we have been able to get through. We are only analyzing the result now. We have finished marking, by the way. There's some good news I have to tell you.
Well, we will get more update, or we will listen to that Simon Nyok in the first hour of the show. Still to come, an economist says the Bank of South Sudan move to legalize mobile money services is a premature decision, delayed and a wrong signal to the country's fragile economy.
For me, it should have been left as the way it is. It should not be made illegal or mandatory. And there's no need to announce it because now you put people into panicking. Everybody's panicking because those who could not have access to cash now, they are panicking.
Abraham Ahliad will provide for us insight of what really that means to the country's economy.
You are right where you deserve to be. Your eye on South Sudan.
Welcome to the first hour of the Sundown Show, and we begin with a focus on education, where the Secretary General of the National Examination Council says the marking of this year's secondary school exam is complete and results are expected to be released by the end of July. In an exclusive interview with iRadio, Simon Nyok explained that the delay is linked to the country's ongoing liquidity crisis. He revealed that the Ministry of General Education has submitted a request for 280 million South Sudan pounds to the central bank to finalize the remaining work. Nyok also noted that over 1,000 exam markers have not been paid. The results, which were set for in December 2024 by more than 50,000 candidates across 319 centers, have left many students and parents frustrated due to the delayed results. Let's listen to the Secretary General of the National Examination Council, Simon Nyok, speaking to me earlier in this exclusive interview.
We have issues of liquidity in the government accounts. No cash. We have been asking the central bank to disburse us cash so that we can pay the markers. But unfortunately, we've not been able to get that money. And this is something that we cannot even blame the government, because it is a general situation in the country. It's a general situation. So, but I'm so thankful to all the teachers, all the 1,200 teachers that gathered to mark the exam. They are just patriotic citizens, and I'm just humble to say thank you to all of them. Up to now, we have not even been able to pay them, but I am hopeful that we will pay them.
How much were you requesting from the central bank?
We presented a check of 280 million South Sudan pounds. This is what we presented initially to cover for the marking fees, and then we demand the other stages, control phase 2. You see, examination marking process is a demanding stage. It demands many people, many workers to get the job done. I'm happy that my people have been able to understand our situation.
Sure. Now, with all the struggle here, where is the Ministry of General Education in terms of that marking process?
No, in terms of my minister has been very clear on this, and he's been all the way, every day, with the net of the National Treasury to avail the cash needed to facilitate the marking process. And I can tell you that my minister has been very clear on this. He's a great man, and he doesn't sleep. I'm happy that we have been able to achieve the milestone that we have achieved, and that we have been able to get through. We are only analyzing the result now. We have finished marking, by the way. There's some good news I have to tell you.
With all these liquidity crashes the ministry is going through, when the results will be officially unveiled?
The result will be out as soon as possible. We are putting more pressure with all our teams, all the teachers volunteering, doing what. I'm sure by the end of the month we will release the results. This is my expectation.
Yeah. Second last one, some concerns from the parents that they are equally paying some money to the ministry, and at the same time, Friends of South Sudan are also giving money.
Which money are they paying to the ministry?
There's a form fees, there's a registration, there's a school subscription, and all this can also amount to a development.
Those are charges that are levied on them by the schools, not the National Examination Council. Our president has been very clear on this, that the education is free and compulsory. And this is what my minister is working on, to make sure that every child have access to education, free of charges. Okay? So those charges that you are telling me, these are charges that are levied by schools administration, for being it private or public.
Second last one, this is not, the first time results are delaying in this country. In a long-term plans, what is the ministry doing to ensure that results really come out on time?
What I need to tell you is, my minister and I, we have a plan to ensure that examination results are released on time, especially one set. And this is because, we have been talking to the government officials, policymakers, let's say, to allow us to charge some fees, examination fees, so that exam itself can finance itself. And even many parents are for this now in South Sudan. Many parents are for this. They want to pay fees so that once exam are sat for, the result must get out within 1 or 2 months. And this is something that we are advocating now, and our government is for this.
All right. So what's your message, of course, to the public, and especially the parents who are eagerly waiting to hear the good news from the ministry?
My message is this. I apologize for the delay, too much delay in release of examination results because of the situation our government is in. But I'm optimistic that with the plan that we put in place, things will change. And I know next examination cohorts will not necessarily have to face the situation we are facing now. And I feel pity on them because, they have paid their school fees. They have put their children in schools. They want to see their results. Some want to send their student abroad. But unfortunately, we have not been able to update the examination results. Very unfortunately. But I'm hopeful with the strategy we are putting in place with my new minister, we can be able to get things done in the shortest time possible. And because we are rolling out examination registrations soon, and this comes with costs. Parents must also bear the responsibility of seeing their children exiting to the next cycle of education. So they will have to pay some money so that we are able to do this thing. Mark the exams, get the result out on time. So it cannot be only on government.
You heard it all from Simon Nyok Deng, who is Secretary General of the National Examination Council. Now, what's your take as a parent and as a student who is also eagerly waiting for your result? And according to that, the Ministry of General Education and Instruction that a parent should cover the cost of their children's exam to help mitigate results delays across the country. This is one of the measures the ministry is proposing as a long-term solution to the current situation facing the country's education. 0911022986 and zana suma wizara tarbia wa taalim بقول كان في طريقة دير أبواد وأمهات دفع قروش بزاد بتاع إكزام بتاع يال بتومن عشان كي بودي فرصة امتحانات بيقدر يطلع طوال في زمن لكن لو قال كل شيء سيبو في يدين بتاع حكومة بمعنى في تأخيرات دائما وده ما أول مرة تأخيرات بتاع نتيجة إيدا بتا سينيور 4 ولا كمان P8 قاعد بآخر في country بتاعنا ولا في دول بتاعنا. حالتا بقول شنو لو خطوة ده كمان ناس برلمان أكبر لو بيجيب تغير ولا ما بيجيب تغير 09 وايد ولا 2 9 شارك معنا توالي وقدم مع مشاركة بتاعي حاليا أرقام بتاعي توال كله مفتوح وكمان أصل بيقدر زورنينا في إنترنت اي راديو جوبا توالي كمان سيبو اسم شنو بتاعك سيبو سؤال ولا تعليق بتاعك هاي راديو.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You're connecting to my own students in Geda.
Welcome. What's your take?
My take is that if the Secretary General for Examination, for National Examination of Council would be in the studio, I could have asked him some questions. Why is it that South Sudan is not yet stabilized the economic crisis? That everything should move faster. Right now, they have taken 2 terms. Imagine if the students are sitting in December, right now they are just finalized at this moment. When are they going to start the new term for the next level? So do you think I've seen that it is not well stabilized?
Okay, let's now talk about this proposal where parents should cover the cost of their children's exam to help mitigate the issues of that results delay. What's your take on that? Is it a good proposal or bad?
The delay for that, I don't have any ideas about that.
Okay, thank you. I read you.
Madrama James.
Yes.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening, Joseph. How is Munuki?
We are okay.
Well,
just somehow, my brother.
What's your take on the proposal?
The proposal, this can make us confused because the statement number 1, it is the presidential order making a general education to be free. This is number 1. It is not the parent who abandon their children do not be paid.
But free education is causing all this delay, according to the Secretary General.
It is a third examination. Many children are in the private school, but that first and second, they're being done, and the parents were paying the examination fee. But the last for the senior 4, which is the lasting examination, which is a national examination, has been named that is the national examination is the responsibility of the National Ministry of Education. The problem now, it is the National Ministry of Education, which is not performed well, which is not making a strategy. They are supposed to make a strategy with the Ministry of Finance before the examination time. Look now, when there is a budget of the year 2024 to 2025, they're supposed to put that budget of examination to be ready. Issue of liquidity, that's why being claimed all along by the Ministry of Finance and the central bank. It is the issue of the government. It is the national government that is knowing where to get the money. If money are came in and later on money are disappeared, this is a national issue. It is a national issue. The parliament is supposed to ask him where the money goes for. The council of ministers is supposed to ask for the finance sector or economic sector where the money goes for. Because there is no country without money. We have money for many directions. We have revenues who are always coming. All along there is a 2023 to 2024 budget which is not used. All these things they are supposed to be asked for from the government. But government itself is the one who's saying now
education is for free.
They are supposed where the parent going to get money?
Okay.
Big question.
Now,
many parents are civil servants and civil servants are not paying.
Okay. Joseph, let me ask you this question. You talked of planning. Let's take, for example, from January to July. Even if you want to prepare and buy a bag of maize flour for your family, today you'll find that the price is at maybe 150. In the few weeks, it will go up to 250 or 230. Now, in this situation, even if the Ministry of General Education plan with the finance, do you think it will really work out in this unstable environment?
You know, this environment is a Western environment because you have about the money to the parents, and there is somebody which is not paid for more than a year is not paying there. And they are waiting money. And today, even people are surviving for what? Any person cannot comment that people are surviving on this. Any person is surviving on his own way in the main town. If we're asking, they are supposed to civil servants to ask for the government to be paid. And there is a National Ministry of Finance to be asked by the National Ministry of Education for this amount of examination.
All right.
To the national level, they are supposed to introduce things to the people to be know that this is a program of the national government. But if there's no progress, they are supposed to aware people.
Thank you very much. I read you. Get back to us on 0911-022-986-986. Henry Black, he strongly agree with the idea of parents covering up for the cost of the children examination. And thank you. Keep those messages coming via that's our Facebook page. And then Xmas, John is saying, where will the parent get the money when there is a delay in a civil and organized forces salary? This is serious. Keep those messages coming via our Facebook page, I read you, and I'll go through them. I read you.
Hello.
There you are.
Madrama James.
Are you are?
William.
Marhab Willie.
Where are you traveling?
Ma batali ana khwez wallahi guide.
Yes, I'm going to be يلا جيت بعدين السنة.
شكرا.
بالتالي أنا أقول يعني ده كلامت سكرتير العام تاع وزارة التربية سيمون يوك كلامه كويس. لكن يعني كمان يعني تعرف وزارة التربية طبعا هو المانع بنتائج الامتحانات. ما أبو خاطب ما منه كل حاجة. كان دفع قروش الطلبة كان دفع قروش لما دفع قروش ما نسأل بدل كان دفع قروش ما دفع قروش والمهم يسهل الامتحانات لكن منه يعني كلام بيتفق نفسهم كانوا يجيبوا في النهاية لكن أنا شايف يعني أنا متأكد يعني أنت في النهاية بيكون في وانت ما كان لهم كذا كان بقول في النهايه يعني لما قالوا على الجبل له ما بيكون في محله ممكن بيقولوا على شهر 10 ولا شهر كامل لما بيقولوا كل ده يكون شهر المقبل يلا فالتوجه كان قال لك لله
يا سلام. معلش بيقدر يرجع تاني أخونا ويليام من لولوغو اي راديو.
Yeah, good evening, Hi Radio.
Good evening. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, connecting with the automatic Oliver from Zambia.
Automatic Oliver, good to have you. How is Western Equatoria State and what's your thought on the proposal?
According to the proposal, it is not fair to my side, by the way.
Why?
Because in all of the countries, education is the key of the nation, whereby the government should have a plan and a heavy budget for that process. Education is not an easy thing. Education is the key of that country. The proposal is not good to my side, by the way, because the dilemma we are getting these days, especially, let me say, begin from the year whereby coronavirus came to South Sudan, education is not going well up to this time now. The dilemma can be there too much, and they will say this one has changed, and it cannot favor our parents because they are suffering in many things. Even the teacher, we are complaining for the teachers. They could have to increase their salary because the way they are suffering in this nation, they could have a plan to get some little money.
Automatic.
That is all. Yeah.
You said education is something which is fundamental or key, but now if you parents are so reluctant to pay for your children's fee, now how do you expect the Ministry of General Education to do it alone?
No, they will be supporting another part. Like, let me say, in a school, they are having a lot to be paid. They will be supporting another part, not all, because our government, they need to try to help them too.
Thank you very much, Automatic Olivia, from Yambio. Hi, Radio. Hi, Radio. That seems not to be ready to talk to us. Hi, Radio.
Madrama.
You are. Hello?
This is Johnson.
Johnson, where are you calling from?
I'm from Bo.
Yes, welcome. How is Mading Bor?
We are the people that was that for Singapore certificate.
Oh, yeah. Tell us your own thought.
Well, I did not listen to the beginning of the interview, but one thing that I've discovered is just like one of the interview while he was saying the parent to have what he call covering the example, the own kid.
Yeah, that's one of the proposal, yeah.
We are saying that when they are going to release the result, because I opened my radio late, and
the result, according to Simon Nyok, that they will release the result by the end of this month.
Okay. Madrama,
Mm-hmm.
thank you so much for allowing this this topic to be discussed. One, I'm the first person who have raised this concern before. At that time, I did the interview on radio station. Exam is one of the inviting things for any nation, because there's no region with the one without any status of education. Now, given the fact, children or the people of the students who are waiting, because for the one of time rate was happening, the same scenario happened. Now we're also repeating ourselves for senior 4. And some of us were not even quite sure whether the results are going to be released on time. So for us here, we are echoing this the same appeal to civil society activists. These are the right things that civil society activists also could come in. And so that also we have to talk. Because now, when the exams are delayed, when the results are delayed, and yet some people are waiting to go for the university, what will be the benefit and what will be the outcome of that possibility of performance? Because at the moment, the reason why you're going to school, you're going to go to school where you want to continue with more further studies rather than to come and stay or stuck without doing anything. So I believe let civil society also supporting us. because other students are disagree for what they are saying. We need to show the parents to what to do, what you call a covering for the examination fee for their own pay children or whatever. So this is really part of obvious. Last time we have to pay money. You know how much money that we are paying? We are paying money for registration form. Where does that money go? If they are there to be asked. The same apply. We also been paying the school fees since they start since the time we were starting with our classes. We have been paying the school. Where does that money go? So people have to be so realistic, So I'm appealing to civil society activists, specifically, let them on the cabinet, really challenging these people. So because we don't want to delay our result for non-reason.
All right. Thank you so much, Johnson from Mading Bor. Even in case you have just joined us, you're listening to the Sundown Show on Radio with me, Madrama James. Now, the Secretary General of the National Examination Council says the the marking of this year's secondary school exam is complete and results are expected to be released by the end of this month. And also, they table a suggestion that parents should cover the cost of their children's exam to help mitigate results delays across the country. Now, we are seeking your thought on 0911-022-986-986. Do you think in a long run, if such kind of proposal are implemented, will it really help improve that's our education system in the country?
Itabasma le radio Hagiga, I radio, and Takum fi Junub Sudan.
I radio. Get back to us on 0911-022-986-986. Hi, Radio.
Hi, Radio.
Yes, sir.
Yes, how is Juba?
Juba is fine, this specifically where I am.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'm by the name Nelson Dario from Yamio.
Dario, good to have you. What's your take on the proposal?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for all what the Secretary General of Higher Education have said. But according to me, so I would suggest it is not all that right that the parents should pay another fee for the marking of exams, because when the form when the form arrives from Juba to LA to 10 states or all states, there are fee for the forms. It is not all that right again to pay another money for marking the exams.
No, so Dario, this proposal is not for the current situation, but in a long run, this is what the Ministry of General Education is planning to help, release result on time.
Yeah, okay, it is okay, but the fee should not be beyond the capacity. If the fee will be favorable, it will be okay. But the government also, they need to look into other issues that all the students, they are in different private schools, whereby the price of the school is also very high. So these are the challenges. But since it is a proposal, the fee should not be beyond the capacity.
Thank you. Via our Facebook page, we have Achui Laping Magog Wengdik. Bugul, congratulations to the Ministry of General Education and Instruction. Hi, Radio. Hi, Radio. Away from that, via our Facebook page, we have Bol Kai is saying, hello, hi, Radio. I'm watching the show from that's Nirol County. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Radio.
Hi, Radio. How are you?
I'm community advisor.
Let me appreciate a program of education today.
Welcome.
And let me give you a great thanks. It's a good program at this moment. At the first point, South Sudan announced that there is free education from primary and secondary school to everybody, or to every child in South Sudan. But people of South Sudan, they don't know one thing. Education, it is a business where a rich man can run. And if there is no money, education will collapse from you. South Sudan, they don't know they have money or they don't have money. And they announce that we have free education. Whereby that policy, it is brought when there is money. And the welfare of teachers is to be stable. And the welfare of the children must be in position. But if the welfare of teachers not in a position, education must be collapsed. That is why you have seen South Sudan education become weak and weak.
So for the education not to collapse, do you also subscribe to what the Secretary General said that parents should also cover up, or what's your take?
Education is not for poor people according to education policy. So everybody must pay the school fee for the children. If you cannot, the government of South Sudan will fill that gap. But what I know, if the government of South Sudan will not announce that there is no free education, education of South Sudan will be 4 and 4. And let's say the parent will come up with policy to pay tuition fees and to pay requirement of the school, whereby it's needed by the school.
All right.
Whereby the education will grow. But in that scenario, education of South Sudan will collapse.
Thank you.
Within 2 years to come, no one will be in the school, and the children will be left like that.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, Community Advisor from Mading Bor. Now we have via our Facebook page, Francis John Andriano writes from Western Bar Al-Khazali specifically, wow, that parents always pay a lot of that money, specifically when it comes to filling the forms of examination. Private schools in the country are more than government schools, and government are charging those private schools. Why can't they use the money to fulfill the process of marking exam? Philip Lodion, that I think the proposal is okay, but my question is, where will the parents get the money if they stay for more than months without a salary? I read you.
Madrama James.
Yes, sir, Lul.
How are you?
No complaint at all. How are you?
Not too bad.
What's your take on the proposal?
Just tuned in when you ended your interview with Secretary General of Education, but
a recap of it, okay? Just listen, huh?
Yeah.
That the senior 4 result will be released by the end of this month. And then number 2, as a long-term plan, the Ministry of General Education and Instruction says that they are advocating or suggesting that parents should cover the cost of their children exam to help mitigate results delay across the country.
Okay. Did he give any reason for the delay?
Of course, it's money.
Because of money. Okay, Madrama James, education is not a privilege, but it is right that every child has. So, but if you like, education in this country has been, undervalued, because this is not the first time, as you said in your intro, that we resolve delays in marking, and it happens every year in South Sudan. And this always leads to anxiety because the students and the parents want to know, especially how the children perform, and even the students themselves want to know how they perform during examination. But and this proposal that was made by Mr. Secretary, this is unusual and this is unprecedented, because where can the parents get the money when the government fails to cover this? And this is the question that needs to be asked. Mr. Secretary should be asked, where on earth can the parents get the money? Because
and again, the same question to you, Lulu. Why are you producing children that you are not even able to pay their school fees?
I depend on government, Madrama James. I depend on the government of my country. Let the government make it clear that I will not be part of this society. If the government is powerless, and then the people can fend for themselves, because we depend on the government of South Sudan, because the government is in control of everything. They control the wealth of the nation, and the money generated from the oil. This is our oil, Madrama James. And where do the money go, Madrama James? This is a question that I should ask.
All right.
I cannot be told that you find the money for yourself, and the money is in the control of the government.
All right.
And this is the question that needs to be asked, because we want to know how we can whether we can depend on the government. If they are strapped, if they are kindly, let them tell us that they will not afford.
All right.
I heard that the government has decreed free education. Where is the free education? And let them not use the word free.
All right.
There is no free education.
Thank you.
There is no understanding of free education here.
Thank you.
The parents can force the pay.
Thank you. Let's keep it here for now. Lula, I appreciate your thoughts. And before we head out for that, our first commercial break, Wenjiang is saying, Yellow Eye Radio, let have peace, and schools will be available in all villages. Right, thank you. Let those messages keep coming via our Facebook page. It's a high time now for us to make some money, then we'll bounce back.
The Ministry of Health is conducting a commemoration of African Vaccination Week with a new vaccine introduction of pneumonia vaccine, targeting all children aged between 6 to 14 weeks. Take your child to the nearest vaccination center during the African Vaccination Week or Big Catch-up campaign.
Good morning, Mama Alice.
Good morning, Mama Ladu. Where are you coming from this morning?
I had taken Ladu for pneumonia vaccination at the health center to protect my child against pneumonia and meningitis. He was also vaccinated with other routine immunization vaccines at no cost. Is baby Alice already vaccinated?
Yes, she was vaccinated last month. Does she need to be vaccinated again?
Yes. She needs to be vaccinated with at least 3 doses at 6, 10, and 14 weeks to be fully vaccinated, immunized, and protected against pneumonia.
Really? I just heard from afar that there will be a vaccination campaign during the African Vaccination Week, but I was not keen enough to get the details.
You know, pneumonia vaccine is effective in preventing pneumonia and deaths in infants and young children. This vaccine has just been introduced this year, 2025. A lot of children were not vaccinated. Some even travel without being vaccinated. I wouldn't want to see any child get pneumonia.
I didn't know that pneumonia is very serious, that it can cause meningitis and even death.
Yes. Pneumonia is a life-threatening disease caused by bacteria or viruses. The signs are cough, fever, chills, and shortness of breath, which may be accompanied by chest pain when breathing or coughing. Children who survive may experience long-term effects on lung function and increased risk of respiratory conditions like asthma.
Asthma or lung function complication? Oh, that sounds scary. How can I protect my child from this dangerous disease?
The only way for your child to be safe is when your child and all children in your neighborhood are vaccinated with pneumonia vaccine.
I will do that immediately. Where can I take my child for this vaccine? Hope it is not late.
No, you are not late. Pneumonia vaccine and all the other routine vaccines are available at all government health centers in your areas. Tell your neighbors with children between 6 to 14 weeks to be vaccinated.
I'm glad you told me. I will take my child immediately to the nearest health center for pneumonia vaccination.
Bring your child to the nearest health center and protect them from pneumonia and other vaccine-preventable diseases. This message is brought to you by the National Ministry of Health with support from WHO, UNICEF, and South Sudan Women in Medicine.
Welcome to the Sundown show on iRadio with me, Madrama James. As we have heard from the Ministry of General Education that the results of Senior 4 will be released hopefully by the end of this month. And at the same time, as a long-term solution, they're also urging parents to cover the cost of their children's examination. So we are asking you this evening, what's your thought on this particular proposal? We have a quote back is writing from that Kampala, Uganda, that of course the Ministry of General Education and Instruction recently stated parents should cover the cost of their children's exam to help reduce delays in releasing that results across the country. Honestly, as a concerned citizens of South Sudan, I must say that we are facing very difficult times. Many simple parents cannot afford to pay for exam due to the ongoing economic hardship or crisis. People are struggling and are dying, and are even dying a day and night because of this hardship. Our hobbies in the government, we are calling on them to take action. We have been in this situation for too long. When it comes to the education system, we need to get serious and act systematically. How can the Ministry of Education expect parents to pay for exam processing just so results can be released? This is unacceptable. We must treat education as a priority and stop burdening struggling families with additional costs. Thank you. But again, a concerned person will also say, why are you raising or producing children that you cannot be able even to pay for their examination or school fees? Share your thought with us. And don't you think also this proposal will help improve our education system during this time of hardship? I read you.
Hello,
are you?
Madrama James.
Yes, sir. Johannes min nyakranta bugol betab shina khuna.
Inno fi rusum gade Sudan gade saule yanat. El rusum na gade to le tia tan yanat achani kuma yiki teknikne bezid. Jal mujud lanin calculation ne gade amulu le tia. Arusum gade foto le Sudan.
No dig bes misal wizara tarbia wa talim بقول عليا انمو نديرو تقريبا 280 مليار من سنترال بانك وقروزه ما في ثيب ورسوم بتاع نفر ولا نفرين بكون كام في مدرسة بمعنى قروزه ما قاعد بيتمو
ما ده باجي يا وزارة بعمل إنه يقول لي كده رسوم هل الرسوم ده بكتب الامتحانات ولا حكومة تجيبي رياضه يا أنا قاعد أتورط سلك جل من يكون إن في بطول المناسبة وزارة التربية بطول ليه بطول ده ناتج من شنو اللي في دولة يوم في آية لنا يصير عندك كله على ده بتاعه.
نعم يوهانس في فعلا تأخيرات في نتيجة بتاع عيال مثلا ده بيجي شهر 7 ناس ماشيين في شهر 8 ونتيجة ما طلع فوزارة التربية بقول عشان كيف شغل يمشي كويس ونتيجة يطلع في زمن ما ومعاد أبواد يشيلوا سلطة بتاع مدارس بتاع عيال بتومن اللي من كمان بدافع تأكزام عشان كيف نتيجة بتومن بتالا سريتا بقول شنو بدب
يعني ما في فضل يصير كان الإنسان.
نعم ده حاجة المون قاعد بمعنى في مستقبل لو أبو ولا بقدر جاقال دي أو قروش عشان كيف لو بعدين ولد بتاعي ولا بيت بتاعي جاني في انتيان إتم بقدر يستعمل عشان كيف انتيان ولا نتيجة بتوعي يطلع بسرعة. راديو 0911-229-986 بدأت بقول شنو نسمع من دبارو أي راديو.
الو السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام.
مرحبا جام من تي او سي.
مرحبا.
الكلام اللي قالوا عند السكرتيري مينستر عند المينستر اوف
سكرتيري جنرال
education ده كلام ما في محله. دائما الحكومه يا الحكومه واجباتها حكومه دائما يا هو قدم خدمات للمواطنين، قدم تعليم، الصحه، الامن، دي كل حاجات واجبات الحكومه. حتى نحن برضه يعني حكومه تقول انه لازم اولياء الامور او اولياء الطلبه يعني هو داري يورينا انه في خطه مستقبليه بعدين مثلا سنه جاي ولا لما النتيجه تطلع كل ولي امر بتاع طالب لازم يدفع قروش يعني يشوف شهاده بتاع ما قاعدين يدفعون دائما لما النتيجه تطلع. يعني المدارس بدفع رسوم، يعني بفرض على اولياء الامور اي طالب انه يدفع رسوم عشان يقدر يشوف النتيجه بتاعه. فما حاجه جديد انه حكومه ذات تخلى عن واجبات بتاع خدمه المواطن. ده حكومه شنو مثلا انه يعني ناس يدفعوا رسوم بتاع الامتحانات، ثاني برضه الناس يدفعوا رسوم بتاع النتيجه. ويقول لي كان يلقوا ذاته ناس يعني قريب سنه ونص ما كانوا يصرفوا. يعني السنه اللي فاتت 2023 24 في قريب سنه كامل جاء رياض. السنه ده برضه كم 4 شهور ولا 3 شهور ما كانوا يصرفوا. الكلام ده ما حاجه تمام. وده خطه ما تمام مثلا.
يا بانجام
اذا كان المسألة نعم.
قبل شويه بس في قد في زول قال حاجه المدرسه ده طبعا ده ما حاجه سايل هو قال دير ابواد ومهادي شيلو سلطه طبعا ليت ابو ولد بداب ودي مسؤوليه ده 100% للحكومه.
نعم انا بشوف انه الكلام يقولوا وحتى الخطاب الرئيس دائما بيقولوا تعليم مجاني المرحله بتاع الابتدائيه. ده واجبات الحكومه. الحكومه دائما يوفر تعليم مجاني. ما الحكومه قاعد يحارب الاميه، ما يكون في ناس يعني كتار كده ما متعلمين محاربه الاميه. يعني بحاول انه يدفع يعني يتكفل او يعمل ميزانيه كويس بالنسبه للتعليم عشان ما يعني يقول مثلا سنه 2050 او 2055 ما يكون في زول كده امي في جنوب السودان ما بعرف يكتب ما بعرف يقرا. يعني الناس يكونوا متعلمين. ده واجبات الحكومه. اما اللي بقول قال التعليم بالنسبه للاغنياء، طيب الزول الفقير ما بقدر يتعلم والزول الغني قاعد يلقى قروش ده وينو ذات الحكومه؟ وينو الحكومه ما هو قاعد يوفر التعليم للاغنياء وللاثرياء وللفقراء. ده الواجبات الحكومه. والا يقول ذاته ما في حاجه اسمها حكومه. كل زول يوفر تعليم الاولاد بتاعه في بيته ولا يعجر معلمين ولا يبني المدارس خاصه. ده الواجب بتاع الحكومه. بدون شغل بدون واجبة الحكومه معناه ما في حكومه. كان الحكومه يقول يا اخي انا رفعت يدي عن التعليم المجاني، رفعت يدي من الصحه. يعني ما قادر حتى الوقت الحالي يعني ما عندك قروش انت بتموت ما تقدر تعالج نفسك. المستشفيات حتى المستشفيات الحكوميه انت بتمشي لو ما عندك عمليه لازم تدفع كذا مليون 2 مليون و3 مليون. وده مستشفى حكومي. فانا شايف ذاته ده السياسه بتاع الحكومه انه ويتخلى عن يعني تقديم الخدمه بتاع التعليم للمواطنين بتاعته. لانه اصلا ما في قروش. يعني في البنك ما في قروش. اقتصاد بتاعنا ده منحاره تماما. خلي الحكومه يبدي يعلن انه ما في قروش، الاقتصاد بتاعنا وقع عشان المواطن يقدر يعرف وبعد كده يقدر يتصرف كيف او يحاول يدفع تعليم للقروش بتاع اولاده. شكرا جزيلا.
شكرا بانجان. ناخذ مكالمة يلا بعدك توالي. أنا بيجي في نهاية بتاع مناقشة بتاعنا 09 واحد واحد ولا 22 986 986. آخر مكالمة. أي راديو. أيوة. أي راديو. منو من كورويليام صوتك ضعيف.
خالد مش.
نعم أي.
What I want to say.
Tell us your name and location.
إنه غيرت امتحانات ده كلام اللي بيقولوا ده المعلمين اللي عملوا مراقبة في المدارس ما عندهم ولا حاجة والأمور دفعوا رسوم بتاعت ورنيك بتاع امتحانات رسلوا لهم عملوا بيه شنو؟ نحن ده مسؤوليات الدولة. تأخير ده يعني المفروض يتحملوا المسؤولية ده بأنه تأخير ده منهم. حتى يعني قروا مراقبة بتاع أساس ما عدلهم وبتاع ثانوي ما عدلهم. فعشان كده ما دارين نناقش الموضوع ده. ربنا بس يكون في عوننا إن شاء الله الأمور هيتصلح. لأنه من ما الدولة ده طلع كان في نظام. فعشان كده ما دارين نناقش. دارين بس الموضوع ده إن شاء الله هيتصلح. لكن والأمر عشان يدفع قروش ثاني للتصحيح لا.
شكرا. نعم أسي أبواد ما هو معلو بقول نعم لرسوم تاني مرة ولا لقروش زيادة كده ناس أكر في تأخير ده. مثلا ناس ماشيين تقريبا لشهر 8 ونتيجات لسه ما طلع ولمستقبل بعدين ده يستمر ل5 سنة. أنا بقول خلاص ده مسؤولية بتاعكما وانينا ما در زيدو قروش ولا زروب أغانا خلاص كفاية مهنينا ولا بداب شنو وسط زمن نشيلو ده خلاص كاخر مكالمة. راديو.
Yes, you are talking to Caesar McQuay from Gather.
Caesar McQuay, because of time, be brief.
Okay, my contribution is to say one of that. So, any institution of government that is telling the truth in South Sudan. So since the National Ministry of Higher General Education and Instruction used to complain in the manner, so all the learners, all the candidates at the end of every year pay money for the preparation of their exam. So be it invigilation, be it marking, be it whatsoever that it takes for the results to be given to them. So I in person I invigilated their exam. And the National Ministry may lie in a way that the money that was paid by the learners was used for invigilation. But I, in person, received an invigilation of 10,000 pounds. And what was the amount paid by the learners? So the National Ministry doesn't want to tell the truth. Indeed, that's what is going on. Leave along the other money that is headed done by the Ministry of Finance and other partners of education.
Now, so now moving forward, what do you suggest as a country?
So I do suggest the privatization of the National Examination Council because the ministry has failed to meet the needs of education, to give the results learners on time. They should either, if at all they need to define themselves as a failed ministry, and they have to privatize the department, someone who will implement
the
educational policy.
Thank you very much, Caesar. At the moment, I must say that Caesar should be my last caller for now. And a quick reminder of our top story, the Secretary General of the National Examination Council, Simon Nyogding, has announced that a marking of the National Secondary School exam is complete and the results are expected to be released by the end of this month. Now, according to him, he equally revealed that his ministry submitted a request for that 280 million SSP to the central bank to finalize the remaining exercise. And as a long-term project, the Ministry of General Education and Instruction is suggesting that parents should cover the cost of their children's exam to help mitigate results delays across the country. And that was our center of discussion at this very moment. And I would like to thank you all for sharing your thought with us. And I hope these ideas will help shape our country. I've been your host, Madrama James, and thank you so much for the privilege of your company.